Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss about principles of management. In the principles of management, this is the basic subject that has to be present for all the management students that has to study. First of all, we are going to discuss about the unit 1, that is Introduction to Management. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. S. Shekpuri. I am working as Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, Arlanda College, Autonomous, Dharmapur. Okay, let's get into the content. Management and introduction. First of all, we have to know about what is management. Management is a universal phenomenon. It is present everywhere in the world, irrespective of the size of the business, irrespective of the size of the investment, irrespective of the size of the size or number of the labor present. So we have to consider management as a universal phenomenon. The next one is it is an older concept. It is not a newer one or the recently generated concept. It is one of the older or oldest concept. The days back to the earlier period of the Egyptian or the earlier period of the Indus Valley civilization. Likewise, it is one of the older concept. It grows along with the human life. During the earlier period, the management is viewed as in a different manner, whereas in the present situation, it is viewed along with the developments of, along with the various developments that human life endures. Management is a vital aspect of every organization. We cannot omit the management and we cannot separate the management from the organization. And the last one is as the civilization grows, management aspect also grows. The next one is definition of management. Here I mentioned two definitions. The first one is given by Harold Kuntz. Management is an art of getting things done through and with the people of formally organized groups. It is an art of creating an environment in which people can perform and individuals and can cooperate towards attainment of group goals. The next one is according to F.W. Taylor. Management is an art of knowing what to do, when to do, and see that is done in the best and the cheapest way. The second definition is one of the easiest and easily memorizable definition as far as my concern. So it is from the student's point of view, they can remember the second definition that is given by F.W. Taylor. Then it is the features of management. Management is a purposive activity. The management has a purpose. Without any purpose, the management cannot perform its activities. Then it is something that directs group efforts towards the attainment of certain predetermined goals. The predetermined goals in here we mentioned is nothing but the objectives or the goals or the aims or the vision or mission of the organization. It is the purpose of working with and through others to effectively achieve the goals of the organization by efficiently using limited resources in the changing world. Since the world is ever changing and in a fast or in a rapid manner, the available resources are getting scarce every day. So it is the duty or the purpose or the need of the management to use those available resources in an effective, efficient and in a best optimal manner. Next, of course, the goals may vary from one enterprise to another place, but the usage of resources is similar for everything, everybody or every organization. For example, for one enterprise, it may be launching of new product by conducting market surveys, and for another, it may be profit maximization. So the objective may differ from one organization to another. The goal may differ from one organization to another. Next, nature of management. Management is a set of activities. It is not a single activity. It is a set of activity. It includes planning and decision making, organizing, leading and controlling, directed at an organization resources, that is human, financial, physical and informational resources, with the aim to achieving organizational goals in an efficient and effective manner. Efficient means using resources wisely and without unnecessary waste. This is the word efficient tells about how far that we can optimally utilize the resources available and without any wastages related to it. Effective means doing the right things successfully. Since the management deals about doing what is to, according to F.W. Taylor, we know that what is to done, when is to done, and how it is done in a best, in a cheapest manner. So, effective manner should be a part of the management. The final one is the manager is someone whose primary responsibility is to carry out the management process. In particular, a manager is someone who plans and makes decisions, organizes, leads, and controls the following resources, say human, financial, physical, and informational resources. These informational resources are playing vital role in the present situation, whereas the human resources, financial and physical, are far from the previous era itself, but in the now we are in the information era. Here the information resources play the most vital role in success of the organization. So the management and the manager should be more aware about the information that he is dealing, and how he can utilize those information for the wellness of the organization. Scope of the management. First one, the first scope in management includes management is having the vast coverage with all the areas. First one, financial management. Next one, personal management. Third one, purchase management. Fourth one, production management. Fifth one, maintenance management. So whatever the scope of the organization is having, that's the scope of the management for that particular organization. We cannot split the organization scope and the scope of management. Next thing is characteristic of management. First one, management is a human activity. It is performed by and through people. So without human, there is nothing with the management. Next one, it is of pervasive nature. It presents at all levels. We cannot say that management is related with the top level of the organization. We cannot correlate it with the middle level of the organization. The management needs presence in all the level of the organization, even from the top level, the middle level, and the bottom or the operational level. Here, everywhere, the presence of management is must. It is universal. It is applicable in business as well as other social and political organizations. Also, we cannot say that it is applicable only for the business organizations. It is a social process. It deals with people and aims at optimum utilization of resources for the benefit of society as a whole. It is intangible. It cannot be seen but can be felt in from increase in production, sales as well as profit. The next thing is it is goal-oriented. Management aims at achieving various economic and non-economic goals. It is a group activity. Management involves getting things done through people in a formally organized group and aids in achieving individual as well as organizational goals. It is a system of authority. Authority is the right to give orders and the powers to obtain obedience from the employees. A manager gets things done by using authority over his subordinates. It is a distinct and dynamic activity. A manager visualizes the problems in a business and takes suitable steps to adapt the business with the changing internal and external environment. It is science as well as art. It is a systematic body of knowledge based on general principles which are universally applicable, therefore it is a science. But a manager also requires various skills and creativity to solve problems and achieve results, and hence it is also an art. It is a multidisciplinary subject. It borrows various concepts, ideas, theologies, informations, definitions from various disciplines like psychology, sociology, anthropology, economics, statistics, operation research, and it's going so on so on. Then it is the process. It involves various functions like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Characteristics of management. So far we have discussed about the characteristics of the management. Main functions of management process. First one, planning. These are the main functions of management. First, planning. Next, organizing. Third one, staffing. Fourth one, directing. Fifth one, controlling. Planning. It is the process of forecasting future needs of the organization and making decisions regarding future course of action required to accomplish goals. First one, what is to be done? Before getting into the plan or before getting into any action, the following questions to be asked by each and every individual to have a perfect plan. First question is, what is to be done? How it must be done? When and where it must be done? Who is to do it? How will results be evaluated? Organizing is concerned with arrangement of organization's resources. Following are some of the resources that an organization possesses, that is people, labor, materials, technology, finance, and so on. These resources should be used in order to achieve the organizational objectives. Organizing involves division of work into convenient tasks or duties, grouping such duties and delegating authority in the form of post to employees. It contributes towards the efficiency of the organization. A manager takes decision about division of work, allocation of authority and responsibility, and coordination of tasks with an organization. Next one is staffing. It is an activity where people are recruited, selected, trained, developed, motivated, and compensated for various managing positions. It usually involves the following activities. Recruitment. Recruitment is the process of attracting maximum number of application pool for particular job so that we can get maximum, if we get the maximum number of applications, we can scrutinize the application and pick the and handpick the best person that can be suitable to appear for an interview. Next one is selection, screening the candidate and choosing the best one of them. Next, after the selection phase is completed, the next thing is training and development. It involves imparting knowledge and skills required for the performance of a particular job. Compensation deals about the salary and wage management. Here, how much the workers are paid for their services they render to the organization. Next one is directing. It is the function of guiding and supervising the activities of the subordinates. It involves the following activities. First one, leading. Next one, influencing. Third one, motivating. And the fourth one, communicating. Let's start with leading. It includes motivating and communicating with people individually and in groups for the purpose of stimulating people to be high performers. After the staffing phase is completed, the employees are recruited uh, for the development or for the achievement of the organization. So during the course of the period, the employees may get boredom or may get demotivated or may have some personal problems, etc., so that their performance may be hindered and the organizational objectives may not be achieved in a proper way or within the proper time. So it is the duty of the management to motivate the employees then and there. For that, they have to communicate to them either individually or in the group for the stimulation. Next one, influencing, guiding the activities of members of an organization in an appropriate direction. That influencer may be the manager or the immediate supervisor of that employee. Third one is motivating. It is the process of stimulating people to take desired course of action. A manager inspires and encourages employees to take required action. Since motivation is a separate concept and we will discuss it in the some other time. Next one is communicate. It involves transfer of information from one person to another. Next one is controlling. It is a process of influencing actions of a person or group to attain desired objectives. It includes four activities: setting standards of performance, measuring actual performance, comparing the standard, that is benchmark performance, and the attained performance, taking corrective action if there is any deviation from the benchmark and the actual performance. It is the process of visualizing deviations in the performance and taking correcting actions based on the gap between those actuals and benchmark standards of performance. These are some of the informations about management. Optimum utilization of resources. A manager eliminates waste, which leads to efficiency in all business. Next one is effective leadership and motivation. Without effective leadership and without proper motivation, the employees cannot achieve their organization goals. So there should be a presence of harmony in the organization. That harmony helps the employees to uh, follow the leader and the leadership to attain the goals of the organization. Sound industrial relation. It deals with inside and outside of the organization, internal and external environment of the organization. Internally, we can discuss about the problems or queries or quarrels between the employees or between the employees and the officials or between the employees and the management. Whereas in case of externally, we can say that between the organization and co-organization, between the organization and the parent company, between the organization and the court or judiciary bodies, between the organization and the government. Likewise, we can take it into consideration. Next one is achievement of goals. It helps in realizing the goals with maximum efficiency by reducing unnecessary deviation. We should not let the organization to deviate from its main course of activity. So it is the duty of the manager at all levels to focus whether the organization is traveling on a exact track or it deviates from the primary objective. Next one is maintaining a equilibrium. It helps an organization to survive in a dynamic environment. That is, the manager anticipates changes in the business. For example, 20 years back, introduction of computer causes various ripples among the employees, but nowadays it is a part of the all sort of organizations. It's the environment and takes suitable steps in order to adapt the business constantly with the changing environment. Improves standard of living. The management improves the standard of living of people by optimum utilization of scarce resources, ensuring survival of firm in dynamic environment, exploiting new ideas for the benefit of the society and developing talents and capabilities. Next, establishing sound organization. Managers helps in establishing the sound or a better organization through effective authority and responsibility relationships. Reduce cost. Manager uses cost-effective techniques to reduce production cost as well as increase the output at the same time. Stages of evolution of management thought. For better understanding, the evolution of management will be shared into four different stages. These include pre-scientific management period, classic theory, neoclassical theory or behavior approach, and the fourth one is bureaucratic model of Max Weber. Pre-scientific management period. The Industrial Revolution took place in the 18th century and had a significant impact on management as a whole. It changed how businesses as well as individuals, how the capitals are raised, how the labors are organized, and the production methodology also changes. Entrepreneurs had access to all factors of productions like land, labor, and capital. Theirs was to make an effort to combine these factors to achieve the targeted goal successfully. During this period, some useful ideas and approaches were introduced to give management a precise and universally acceptable directions. Here are some of them. First one, Professor Charles Babbage. Professor Babbage, a renowned professor in mathematics at Cambridge University, discovered that manufacturers were relying on guesswork and suggestions and urged them to utilize this professor urged the business persons and the managers to use mathematics and science to be more accurate and productive. Next person is about Robert Owens. Robert Owens was regarded as the father of personal management because of his approach and focus on employee welfare. He introduced cooperation and trade union. Robert believed that employee welfare could determine their performance to a large extent. He introduced the training of workers, education of their children, canteens at the workplace, shorter working hours, and so on. Next, other contributors to the pre-scientific management period includes that is Henry Robson Tony from United States of America, James Scott Jr. from United Kingdom, Sebum Rothery from United Kingdom. Next one is Henry Fayol's and Taylor's contribution. These two persons are the most important person in the development of management. Henry Fayol was a French mining engineer who turned a leading industrialist and a successful manager. He belongs to the period of 18th century, mid of the 18th century to the beginning phase of the 19th century. He was a mining engineer in French mining company and rose to the position of the chief managing director. According to Fayol, all the activities of a business enterprise could be divided into the following six groups. First one, technical activities. Next one, commercial activities. Third one, financial activity. Fourth one, security systems. Fifth one, accounting activities. And the sixth one, managerial activities. Henry Fayol classified the functions as the following: planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. Fayol mentions the following qualities required by a manager to enable them to become a better and more efficient: physical quality, mental quality, moral quality, education quality, technical quality, and experiential knowledge. General principles of management. By far the most significant contribution by Fayol is the general principle of management listed by him in his monograph titled General and Industrial Administration. Based on his long managerial experience, Fayol advocates 14 general principles of management. They are listed here as division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual to general interest, remuneration of personnel, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure, initiative, esprit de corps or unionist strength. Frederick Winslow Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor, who is regarded as the father of scientific management. He spent a large part of his life in Midway Steel Company, located in Philadelphia province of United States of America. He worked as an ordinary worker who engaged in metal cutting. In 1833, he got an engineering degree and became an operating manager in the same company after some time. Scientific task setting, differential payment system, reorganization of supervision, scientific recruiting and training. The final one is economy, are the various findings that derived by Frederick Winslow Taylor, and these findings can clubbed together to be called a scientific management of the organization.